Welcome back to The Right Slant. Today we're diving into Mississippi, and specifically, the real, legal steps you need to take if your firearm is ever confiscated in this state. Whether it's from an arrest, a forfeiture case, or something as simple as a misunderstanding, Mississippi does have laws that allow you to fight for the return of your firearm. And we're not just talking hypotheticals. Later in this video, I'll give you 2 real examples from Mississippi where firearms were supposed to be returned or were returned, thanks to state law. Let's start with how a gun can be taken in Mississippi. Here are the most common scenarios. During an arrest, when law enforcement seizes the weapon as evidence. Civil forfeiture, especially under Mississippi's criminal street gang statutes, firearms tied to alleged gang activity may be seized. Juvenile possession cases, where a firearm held illegally by a minor can be confiscated and forfeited. Evidence in any criminal investigation, even if you're never ultimately charged. Mississippi does not have a red flag law, so confiscations usually tie back to criminal or civil legal proceedings, not risk-based petitions. If your firearm is taken under Mississippi civil forfeiture laws, especially Section 97-44-17 relating to criminal street gangs, here's what happens next. The district attorney must file a civil forfeiture petition in circuit court. You must respond by filing a notice of intent to contest the forfeiture. A hearing is typically held within roughly 60 days, unless continued for good cause. The state must prove, by clear and convincing evidence, that the firearm was used in or intended for criminal activity. If the state fails to meet that standard, the court can order the firearm returned to its lawful owner. One of the most important protections for Mississippi gun owners is Mississippi Code Section 97-37-3. This law clearly states that if the charges against you are dismissed or you are acquitted, then any weapon seized at the time of arrest must be returned to you, provided you are legally allowed to possess it. This statute forms the backbone of firearm return cases in Mississippi. Now let's look at a real example. The Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics recently returned 2 rifles belonging to Mississippi resident Michael Willis of Crystal Springs. These guns were seized under Mississippi's now repealed administrative forfeiture law. After the law changed, and after public pressure, MVN sent letters to affected citizens allowing them to reclaim property that had been improperly seized. This is proof that oversight matters. Even without a criminal conviction, Mississippi agencies have returned firearms when the law requires it. The second example comes from the Mississippi Supreme Court in Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance v. Lewis. In this case, a judge refused to return a handgun to a defendant even after the criminal case had ended with no conviction. The Supreme Court ruled that under Section 97-37-3, the weapon was legally required to be returned. This case reinforces that once charges are dismissed or you're acquitted, Mississippi law is firmly on your side. So what should you do if your gun is confiscated in Mississippi? Find out exactly why it was seized, criminal evidence, or civil forfeiture. Request all paperwork, including the forfeiture petition if one has been filed. File your notice to contest in civil cases. Missing deadlines can cost you your firearm permanently. Gather proof of ownership, receipts, serial numbers, prior photos. Check the status of your criminal case. Dismissal or acquittal triggers mandatory return under Section 97-37-3. Hire an attorney, especially if civil forfeiture is involved. Mississippi forfeiture law is highly technical. Remember, silence or delay can result in your firearm being auctioned, retained by law enforcement, or destroyed. The bottom line is this: Mississippi law provides multiple legal paths for firearm return, but you need to act, file correctly, and know the statutes that protect you. The Michael Willis example and the Lewis Supreme Court case both show the same truth. If the law requires return, the state must comply. If you found this breakdown helpful, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to The Right Slant, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into firearm law across the country. Thanks for watching, and remember, knowing your rights is the first step to protecting them.